thoughts right now, for lack of better terms. We've talked about lumber. We've talked about all kinds of different commodities going through different levels of inflation or hyperinflation. And I've seen this story come out a couple times in the last few days. And I think it's worth mentioning because this could affect a lot of you if you're business owners or if you have projects around your house. And it's entitled "A New Commodity Squeeze Could Soon Rival Lumber's Recent Historic Shortage." And that is... we're going to be talking about tin. Now, a lot of people might not be thinking like, what does tin have to do with me? Okay, we're going to get to that. But right here, you could see this is a subscription base, so I don't have access to it. But Bloomberg is also talking about how the tin market squeeze could soon rival the lumber shortage. So let's get back to this story. You could see the long squeezes, and these are tin's backwardation, it says, is one of the longest ever seen in commodities markets. And this chart is of the maximum number of days in backwardation. And you could see in 2019, palladium was the longest squeeze that we'd ever seen. Then it was followed by platinum, sugar, and so on. And you're looking about, 7 or 6, down the line, 8. Tin, which is ongoing. This is still happening right now. And it's starting to pick up a little bit of steam. And once, you've heard me say, once you see it in the media, it's too late. Well, I have a feeling now that the news is really starting to cover it. This bar is going to get longer and longer, and it's just going to keep going up the chart. You could see that it's about to surpass lumber, which it had its longest squeeze. It was in backwardation in 2021, and tin is about to overtake that. So it says, tin is in the grips of one of the longest running squeezes ever seen in the commodities markets, and there's little sign of letting up. It says it's a relatively small market used mainly for soldering in electronics. Tin is often overshadowed by metals like copper and aluminum that are more widely used in manufacturing, infrastructure, and the green energy transition. Okay, there's your key word right there. We all know where the mainstream is headed towards this green energy, which means there's going to be more need for these certain metals. It says this year, though, tin has been red hot. Demand is booming and supply is sputtering, creating a chronic shortage of the metal that's been exacerbated. So I always screw that one up. See, I don't even try. My wife goes, "You got to say it right." And I go, "I'd say it right if I could." But I catch myself now, so that's even better. Let's see. It has been exacerbated by global logistics snarl-ups. Tin has surged more than 90% to all-time highs on the London Metals Exchange, while near-dated contracts have been trading above futures for almost an entire year on the LME. Now, it says here, to close off this, typically backwardations tend to be fairly short-lived as high spot prices encourage producers and traders to deliver cargoes into the exchanges, replenishing supplies and helping to push spot prices back below futures. But the unrelenting surge in demand and logistical challenge in getting metal where it's needed have been created a rare long-running squeeze that's dragged inventories lower. So now, if you think about it, and I'm going to pop up something right now, uses for tin. And if you think about it, obviously we already know where the supply chain is headed right now. In the short term, we're still going to have these crazy issues in the supply chain, so I don't see it getting any better. So just a real quick look at some, this is from the International Tin Association, and I'll put this link and the link to the story below in the description for you guys. But it's obviously, like I said, for solders, for circuit boards. There's tin chemicals for PVC stabilizers, polymer catalysts, and numerous other applications in the they're the second in tin use as far as usage. Tin plate, which is making up of food containers, food cans. And, we've heard that story before where it's not exactly the food that's going up in some cases. It's the availability of the containers, the plastics that are making them. We're going into shortages of those. That's what's causing supply chain issues and shortages. Sometimes is literally the material that's being used to store the food and get it to the shelves. Then we have lead acid batteries, copper alloys and other uses. So copper alloys, including bronze, are still widely used in applications ranging from sculpture to electrical products. Tin and other alloys, including powders and coatings, are used in brake pads, roofing, engineering, bearings, and numerous other ways. So the reason why, and then it talks about tins in obviously car manufacturing is huge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link this because I want you guys to start thinking about, will this affect me? And if it does, is there an alternative to use for your company? Is there an alternative to use in your normal life? Is there an investment play here? Look, I'm not an investment advisor or professional, but I'm always looking at issues with that too if this keeps getting bigger and bigger. So in closing, I'm just going to leave you with this last chart. And it is pretty impressive watching tin just move up the ladder. So hope you guys had a great day today. If you like this video, if you don't mind hitting thumbs up, and a subscribe would be awesome. You guys are awesome. Ninja Nation is awesome. The Economic Ninja is out.